So this is the crankshaft. I see that the dimension report is already up. So I'll hit this little icon in the upper right that is called Fetch Data. So I saved that last dimension report. I saved it under the name 1-1. Now I'm going to take this part off. Just snag this one. This has to be, that surface has to be flush with this, that end with this. And I use that to keep it flush. All right, so I'm going to take this part off. That one is part number 1. I'll grab another part. And with this part, the orientation is really important. This part has a hole in it, and this program is actually going to inspect that hole. So if it's expecting that hole to be here, but when we set it up in the fixture, it's oriented incorrectly, we'll damage the probe trying to inspect a hole that's not there. So we have that same optional stop that we had in that program, where the program will basically run, and at some point it will stop for no apparent reason. And then you look on the screen, and it says, confirm that the hole is in the right spot, or something like that. And you'll just look at the probe, and it should be directly above the hole at that point. Now, for our purposes, we're going to put the hole at the 6 o'clock position. And when you look at these jaws, there's a little boss standing up on the front of the jaws. Just, it looks like a little needle sticking up out of the jaw. You want to orient the part so that the hole is in line with that boss. In other words, the y-axis of the machine goes this way. The y-axis should intersect that boss and that hole. Now, with this fixture, it's kind of a strange one. It appears that this is a reverse thread, so you have to go counterclockwise to tighten it. And you'll figure that out when you try to run it. Now, also, how tight do we have to put this fixture? Put it tight enough to hold the part, but not so tight you crush the part. So what is that in foot-pounds or inch-pounds? I don't know yet. We'll have to figure that out. But you'll find that if you just tell somebody, go ahead and load that part, if it's a complex or relatively complex setup like this, they're not going to do it correctly, right? And then you'll get garbage data out of the CMM. Does it mean the part's bad? No, not necessarily. Right. So over here, this is already turnkeyed. And when I say turnkeyed, I mean all you have to do is load the part up, hit run in the bottom right, and then hit start. And this is now moving over. It'll find the part and then inspect all the features that we need to inspect. Who wants to run this one? Thanks for volunteering. Everybody's going to run one machine, so.